way. So like I said, we're interviewing the infamous artist himself, Sketchywolf-13, right here on Celestia Radio. I am your host and interviewer, DJKBrony, joined with DJ Squirrel, aka QCOM. So one of the things that I always drives me crazy about interviewers is that they go through the whole process of introducing whoever they're going to be interviewing, and then they got nothing left. So you
shut up, phone. That's what you get for live.
Yep.
So you know yourself better than anyone here. So why don't you kind of give us a background of yourself? How did you get into drawing? What is exactly you do in the Brony fandom? How do people know you so far? And if they don't, kind of give us some insight. Who are you exactly?
Well, hail from sunny California. I started drawing when I was bored in high school, not paying attention to class at all, and everything got really quiet. Am I still in there?
Yes.
Yeah, you were just a little glitchy there for a second, but it sounds like it's a little bit better now.
Okay, good. But yeah, started drawing when I was bored in class. Teachers didn't really appreciate it much, but you know what? Who cares? And then my girlfriend at the time was like, "Oh, have you heard about My Little Pony?" And I'm like, "That kids show? Like for younger people, like little girls?" It's like, "Yeah, there's a bunch of men that like it too." And I'm like, "Really? That's kind of weird." And she got me introduced to the episode, what was it, the Canterlot party, the Grand Galloping Gala. And, you know, that was kind of funny. And then she showed me Party of One, and then that was hilarious. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot.
You're pretty much done after Party of One.
Yeah, if she were to... And then I went back and watched it, and then, like, from season 1, started from the beginning, and then I was just like, well, it's a good thing she showed me the last 2 episodes instead of the first 2 episodes. Otherwise, I would have said, this is fucking retarded, and then just kept on going on my way.
All right, so cool. How long would you say you've been kind of drawing as a main hobby now? How many years?
Seriously drawing all the time was about 5 years ago. And my previous art was, now that I look back on it, really bad. But I'm self-taught, and a lot of people are surprised that I'm self-taught. I'm like, didn't you take any classes? I'm like, nah, because if I were to take art classes, I'd be shading a circle for like hours until we move on to the real stuff.
Mm-hmm. Hey, well, you gotta start somewhere, you know. So, I just want to throw this out really quick. Of course, Celestia Radio, we're all about being live, and we're all about having listener questions. I'll be doing those towards the end of the show. So if you got any, don't hesitate to send them in. Do that by sending in your questions to Twix or myself in our IRC chat room. That's the best way to go about doing it. We will get your questions on the air. So... let's see, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my next question here. Anyone that basically looks at your DeviantArt page can tell that you have a really freaking weird, incredibly unique style, kind of between the greaser attitude and the vintage cars and the ponies. If you could describe your style to someone that just clicked on your DeviantArt page, had never seen it in their life before, how would you kind of describe it?
Well, your friend DJ Squirrel got a taste of my stuff, that's for sure. I don't know. How would I describe it to someone that just went on it? I'd have to...
Scarred for life would be a good description.
Yeah. One, they would be scarred for life if they don't get it. And then after I tried explaining it to DJ, he still doesn't get it.
No, I still don't get it. No.
It's the whole... my style is based off of... Well, the idea of the pony fink came from Ed Big Daddy Roth, who was like a big hot rod guy. It's pretty much like my idol. Back in the 50s, he came up with like the whole car culture and everything, the hot rods, stuff like that. And he was an artist too, just like myself. And he lived right across the street from Disneyland, and he hated Mickey Mouse. So he drew a demented version of Mickey Mouse that's kind of like the demented version of the My Little Ponies I draw, and called it Rat Fake. So it's like the Antichrist of Mickey Mouse. So when I draw the pony fakes, it's kind of poking fun at him, but still complimenting him in a way. I don't think ponies are stupid. I think they're awesome. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it.
It's true. So basically, I know you've been drawing ponies in the pony fink style here for a while. What was the first thing that you started drawing on a regular basis? I'm going to go ahead and assume cars, but I could be way wrong. So, what was the first thing that you started drawing regularly? Pretty decent.
Cars.
Cars? I nailed it. Sweet.
I did. This is going to become a touchy topic, but you know the Tex Avery cartoons and stuff like that with the wolves and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that's like in the hot rod community, a wolf. Like you'll see like I don't know if you've ever seen like on a hot rod or something. They got like a wolf that's like a 40s style cartoon on the side of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of, kind of. So I wanted to add some characters, like make my own comic strip. So you could say they're anthropomorphic furry, but I didn't even know what the hell that was for like 3 years until someone told me about it, and I was like, "The fuck is this?" No. It's like, so you're telling me everyone that works on Looney Tunes is a furry too? This is stupid, but anyway.
So you start out with cars, and then the whole brony scene comes in. You start incorporating ponies into your art style, and a lot of your pieces, at least the ones on your DeviantArt page that we can see. Was it difficult at all to start kind of getting the style of drawing ponies compared to cars? And did you have a little bit of difficulty kind of altering the theme of many of your pieces, or wasn't this pretty much an easy skip and a jump?
The only thing that I had trouble with at first, because I mean I've been drawing cartoon characters, like I could draw figures and hands and everything, no problem. But then going back to a simple style of drawing where it's just circles and lines and no fingers, that's kind of what I don't like about the ponies stuff. When I do like the pony rat finks, it's like none of them have hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm out of, like I haven't drawn anything with hands in a long time.
Well, we do see. This kind of brings me on to another question. Your OC, he's definitely got that greaser attitude, and we see him both in his human form and his pony form. You draw them both. Do you sometimes just draw the human form of your OC, just for a sake to start drawing something that's not ponies and not cars? Or
Well, that's pretty much when I get bored and I'm getting tired of drawing stuff without hands, I throw in my human OC.
Mm-hmm. And
then occasionally my wolf character too. But a lot of people go to that, so.
So kind of go ahead and run us through the process of one of your typical pieces. Let's say you're doing, full ink, full color. You're going the whole 9 yards with it. Kind of give us the process. How long does it take? What do you do? Just basically give us the rundown.
Well, I don't use any computer programs. Don't use Photoshop because that's for lazy people. Everything I do is hand done. I come up with an idea in my head, and then I sketch it out. And if it looks good, I can color it. And every piece takes about 2 to 3 hours to do, straight, without interruptions, like beer.
Beer break.
Yeah, exactly. So I could pump out commissions relatively quick. And everything's pretty much off the top of my head. When somebody asks me, "Oh, can you draw a picture of such and such car?" If it's American, of course, I know what it looks like. I don't even have to look at a reference picture. I'm just like, what color do you want? What do you want it doing? Or whatever, and then I draw it with their OC. Done in about a day. But I've been getting really swamped with work and commissions that have been slowing down a bit. Haven't been able to do any of the stuff that I want to draw.
Mm-hmm. Have most of your previous pieces that we've been seeing on your website and whatnot, have they actually been commissions, or has there just kind of been free-balling ideas, so to say?
When they are commissions, I usually put the person's name in the commission, but some people don't want their commissions posted, which is kind of weird in a way. But about a quarter of it's commissions. A lot of people don't want to be known that they commissioned it. I don't know why they do that. They try to hide it from their parents or something.
A freaking art piece is an art piece, man,
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
afraid.
You paid me for this.
It's like, I'm going to buy it, and then no one can look at it. I'm putting it in my room, closing the shades, locking the door. I'm going to enjoy it by myself.
It kind of makes me just want to make a copy of their art and send it to them and just be like, big fuck you.
So, you kind of gave us, you ink things in and you sketch them with pencil, but do you have a preferred medium that you like to work with when you're sketching?
I used to do colored pencils, and then markers have been doing really good. I like the Prisma markers. They're expensive as hell, but it's like $4 a marker.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, they last for quite a while, but the ones that go by are grays. Pretty much I just use Sharpie for thin Sharpie for the outlines and stuff. And, you just look at my art and you can see how it progresses. It just keeps getting better and better and better.
Sweet. So this is kind of going to lump two things. You kind of have two identities a little bit. We know you as Sketchy Wolf, of course, on DeviantArt. And you got that badass looking OC. But there's also the whole Pony Fink name. So just kind of give us a background. How did you come up with the style of your OC, and how did you you already kind of explained the Pony Fink thing a little bit, but how did it really start kind of evolving into some of the work you do now?
Starting out with my OC, I pretty much just took my wolf OC, got rid of the fur pattern, just made him solid gray, and then just made him into a pony. And he is... my anger is just, that's how I express my anger, is through him. So he's always like uptight, kind of like, I don't know if anybody's seen that show Dan Versus on the Hub. Which is also, this is pretty much how my OC is, except he more badass, you could say.
Yeah, I know. There's kind of a couple catchphrases that you have going on your with your OC and your DeviantArt. I don't want to spoil any of them, so why don't you just kind of list off a couple of ones that people may already know or are starting to noticing as they're looking through your artwork.
One of them is when I do something or I say something to somebody, my friends go, "Who else but Sketchy?" And I go, "That's me." And then someone has that Spice, what is it? Old Spice commercials whistle, do 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 do. They play it on their phone. And then there's "Knife to the Eye," which I kind of stole from a comic series because I thought it was a cool catchphrase, and it stuck.
Definitely a fan of "Knife to the Eye." That's some original work right there. Even though you just said you copied it, but it still doesn't matter. It's original in my head. So you got a ton of pieces up online, and it's great browsing through all your work. But what would you say is your Mona Lisa? What would you say is the pinnacle of your work? What's your favorite thing that you've created so far, commission or just crazy idea that you've made?
Each one I make, like when I'm done with the picture, I'm like, this is the best one I've ever done. And then I go to the next one, I'm like, that last one, shit. This is the best one I've ever done. So, but my all-time favorite, just the way everything turned out, was the Rainbow Dash one with the hot rod up in Cloudsdale.
Mm-hmm.
With the Rainbow Factory in the background with the sign and quotes underneath Rainbow Factory. It says, "Don't forget to bring the kids."
Oh, classic. So let's see. What would you say is kind of I'm not going to even go to, are you good at doing 3D shit? And are you good at, other kinds of art? Just for now, I'm wondering, what's kind of your Achilles heel of artwork? Is there something that you just have a hell of a time trying to draw and you just can't get it? Or is there just something that really irritates you when you're drawing? Do you have any, just your bitch moment in art? What's that?
When I grab the wrong shade marker and I start coloring and then I realize it's the wrong color. Like in the new one, I bought a new marker that said light purple so I could color in Twilight, and Twilight's coat, I fucking hate it because it's light pink purple and you can't really find that in a Prisma marker, or at least I can't find it. I haven't found it yet. And I go to color it in, and then with Prisma markers, they go on dark and then they dry, so they come out. So it looked like a light purple, and then when it dried, it was pink, and I just went, fuck it, and then I just colored it in dark purple. I'm like, she got a tan.
Hey, it works for me,
And that's one of the reasons why I don't like Twilight Sparkle. She is my least favorite pony.
Oh, harsh. Damn.
She's like one of those know-it-alls, like, ooh, I read books, I'm better than you.
You just keep slipping down that slippery slope. I am the host of this call.
I think you've angered the host. Oh shit.
Oh no, you got a badass over here.
QCon, you're just asking for a knife in the eye, buddy.
Yeah, you are. I'd love to meet you at a con.
So I just asked, when you're actually doing the pieces that we all know you for, you're drawing stuff that, apparently shading colors is just, pain in the ass. But is there any kind of other artwork outlet that you like to do other than drawing?
Any other working on cars? You could consider that art, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm. It's not beautiful art, but I get it done. I have some friends that want paint jobs done, and I'm like, oh, if you want a real paint job, it's gonna cost you $300. It's like, all I got's $50. I'm like, all right, let's go to Home Depot and get some rattle cans. And I do a really badass job. You wouldn't even tell that it was a $50 rattle can paint job.
Sometimes those are the best. You never know.
Exactly.
So I gotta ask, do you have any other big works of art coming up in the near future, or any other commissions that you're currently working on?
Well, I got something for a friend of mine, Dusty Cat, for Christmas. I'm not gonna reveal too much of it because he says he's gonna tune in on this show. I got like 20 commissions that I need to get done. They're all like flat colored right now. I just need to go in there and shade them all.
Mm-hmm.
And as of big projects, my friend Devil's Reject on DeviantArt, he made 3D model of one of my Finks, and then he just sent it to me for free. He's like, "Oh, here you go." And I look at him like, "This is badass." So we're gonna make a bigger pony Fink and then maybe auction it off at Las Pegasus. That convention in Vegas.
Oh damn, I'll be there. I know that much.
Sweet! I definitely need to meet you.
Sounds good. I'll be there with a whole bunch of the CR guys. But anyway, you've been bringing up commissions a couple times here, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a chance if you want to. If you're already crammed it with enough commissions, by all means, you don't need to plug yourself anymore. But kind of give us the rundown. What do you charge for commissions, and what can people, if people want to get in contact with you, how can they do it?
Well, I'd prefer if they wrote me a note on DeviantArt, but if they want to use an email address for some reason, it's rockabillywolf13@yahoo.com. Commissions vary on what you want. Like if you want it like the works is like $50, $45, $50, depending on what it is and how much detail I have to put into it. If it's a pony Fink, those are relatively simple. It's about $35, $40, sometimes $25 if it's really simple. If it's just the guy's character and the car, then yeah. But if you start adding like other characters, that's more work for me. And I do art besides pony Finks, surprisingly.
All right, give us the rundown on that. What other kind of stuff do you like to do?
I don't know. Most of my artwork's is car related. So my rules are, if you're going to commission me, no offense, I don't like drawing racers. I don't like modern cars at all. I like classic cars. So if you could, I will draw it if you pay me, but I'd prefer if you picked a classic car. And then your OC was something, maybe like in Ponyville somewhere at Sugar Cube Corner or whatever like that. Stuff like that. I could do pretty much anything if you want it, as long as it goes on a paper, pen and paper.
Okay, so basically my next question here is, I'm kind of assuming, have you seen any of the episodes or all of them of season 3 so far?
Yep. All
right, so that just made things so much better for me. I hate it when I'm like, "Did you do this?" And they're like, "No," and I'm like, "Ah, shit." So basically, I'm just wondering, what are your opinions on season 3 so far? And has it met your expectations? Not quite there, exceeded them? And what would you like to see for the rest of the season?
I'd like to see some derpy, goddammit.
I think we all do.
I mean, the Lyra and Bonbon thing in the last episode that kind of made up for the derpy dry spell. I'm like, oh my god, she's drinking a soda. Lyra doesn't give a fuck. And I've been liking so far the new season. Babseed was kind of slow for me. I kind of wish that was handled a little bit better. Like,
I can definitely see why, a lot of people, it had its awkward moments in the episode. I definitely agree there.
I'm like, if it was me and it was like me dealing with a bully, I'd have let the fucker go over the cliff.
Yeah.
And then when she started crying, and then I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry, but you see how much it sucks.
That is life's lesson right there. You see how much
Yeah.
it sucks? It could have been a knife in the eye.
And my father is liking the new season too. He wakes me up Saturday morning after a long day of partying Friday night. The new episode, My Little Pony's on. I'm like, yeah,
Best dad ever.
It's nice
Yeah,
having dads that dig the pony thing. Well, not
last
dig,
episode, he's like, hey, Trixie's coming back. I'm like, she is?
So I believe the picture with overshaded purple dark twilight. Was that post the Trixie episode? Because I believe Trixie was the Fink, the featured Fink in that one.
Yeah. She's got the alicorn amulet on top of her hat, as it feels like the Nazi eagle. And people aren't looking at it right now. They're probably kind of confused of what we're talking about. But pretty much, I took Hitler's Mercedes and then I just kind of ponified it, made the Nazi flag purple, and then gave it a horseshoe instead of a swastika. And I sent it to Equestria Daily. I don't know if they're going to put it up. But some of my stuff has been getting up on there. I mean, they allowed the Discord Fink up there, and that one was kind of bloody.
Okay, so I'm getting ready to do a little segment I like to do on most of my interviews. But before I do that, I'm just wondering if you got any any plugs or shout outs you want to get out there to other artists or people then I like to give everyone a kind of chance to do that because some people want to say it and they feel weird having to do it. So this is basically just me saying go for it, say whoever you want, give props to pretty much whoever.
All right, my first prop I'm going to give, and the people I'm going to be giving this shout out to are going to enjoy this a lot because they're a t-shirt company for bronies that make shirts for bronies, and that's shirtsforbronies.com. Shirts, the number 4, bronies.com, where you could buy mostly all of my artwork on t-shirts, which is pretty much the Pony Fink stuff and the 50s pony ads too. And they got some other DeviantArt artists on there that I'm drawing a blank on right now. And my buddy Devil's Reject, he's a good guy. He does the Pony Fink models, and he does modeling stuff. And I'm going to give out a little shout out for this idea that me and him are coming up with to make shifter knobs for people's cars. It's going to be pony-themed shifter knobs. Pretty much their heads. Demonic looking, and you could put them as a shifter knob, and hood ornaments.
Both of those things, I'm telling you right now, I would buy in a moment.
Well, not that many people are manly enough to have a manual car, so I guess they could just buy the shifter knob for the hell of it. And I have one more shout out, and I'm looking on DeviantArt real quick because I kind of forgot his name. But I'm surprised he's not on the show right now and not me because he's an amazing artist.
Well, hell, get off. Let me call him.
No. Where is it? Whatever. Do your thing.
All right. So sweet. Thanks for those right there. And coming up next, this is kind of a little thing I've been doing for the past couple of interviews I've done. I kind of call it the lightning round. So basically, I'm just going to ask you a whole shit ton of questions here.
Fuck.
And just one word answer. Some of them require more than one word. But basically, just answers without really any description. You don't need to give me any reasoning for it. You can just go ahead and say it.
Okay.
The first couple are pony related. Then after that, we kind of get into just random shit. So I'll kind of give you a heads up when we're done with the pony stuff. So I'm going to start my watch See if you can break the record that doesn't exist. Maybe we'll set one now. All right, so just starting things off the good old way. Boom. Favorite pony?
Rarity.
All right, favorite background pony?
Derby.
Favorite episode?
Less than 0.
Best song from the show?
Flim Flam.
Best brony musician?
Pass.
Best song from a brony musician?
Pass.
Favorite artist in the fandom other than yourself?
Oh, but I wanted to choose myself. Don't know. There's so many.
All right, and here's some non-pony stuff. Your favorite movie?
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
All right, favorite TV show?
My Little Pony.
Good choice. Favorite sport?
I hate sports.
All right, good answer. Favorite band or artist?
The Baseballs.
All right, favorite book?
I don't read.
All right, good answer. Favorite food?
Pizza.
All right, and favorite model of car?
Oh, dude, there's so many. 58 Ford Edsel.
All right, and last but not least, in the lightning round, what's your favorite type of muffin?
Blueberry.
Boom! You just won. Jesus Christ! Someone that likes a decent flavored muffin.
What do I win?
Let's see. What can
Okay,
you
a friend of mine just popped up on Skype, and he's like, "Hey, you forgot to mention me, Alex." There, you happy now?
Oh, we all know those guys. The fuck, you didn't say my name. Oh, my bad. All right, let me get that real quick.
And then everybody else is gonna start popping up on my Skype.
Hey,
Hey, douche.
Hey, more power to him. All right, so let's see. This is normally the time where I'm like, hey, listeners, start sending in some questions. Because there are none so far, and I know you guys got some questions for him. Come on, Jesus. How could you not have some questions for this wonderful artist that is gracing our ears on stream?
God, you guys don't know me at all. I've been on 2 other tongue-tied Brony podcasts. Nobody came over here to ask me a fucking question.
But if you want to hear your fucking question asked, I don't really care what it is. Just
Hey guys.
send your request. Yo.
Guys, okay, apparently I was eating chips and they go, quit eating chips, we're trying to hear the interview. And I'm like, oh, crap, they can hear me. My microphone's muted. How can they? Oh, it's because of VAC. So throughout your entire lightning round, they were hearing me eating chips. And I thought, anyway.
This is so Bush League. I'm sorry.
All right. So I am going to just stop eating chips.
There you go. That solves the problem.
Hey, Q-Com.
Yo.
What kind of chips?
They are Lay's kettle cooked.
The lightning chip round. We need
Lightning
that.
chip round.
What's
So,
your favorite chip? What's your least favorite chip?
Because I screwed up. Let's see, where are we? Oh my golly. I'm just going to edit out the entire part where I was eating chips before I send this off to you.
I didn't even hear the chips, dude.
Well, it's because I have the mic muted in Skype, but apparently it doesn't mute the mic in VAC.
Oh, God.
So that's the problem. They can still hear me, but you guys can't hear me.
I don't care. Chips are chips.
Now I know.
Let's do that again, and then my answers will be completely different.
Re-interview. All right, so I am joined with Sketchy Wolf right here on Celestia Radio. I'm your host, DJKBrony. Listeners should really send in some questions to Twix, like right now. But I did have a random one right in the middle coming from Dibby. Thank you, Dibby. Sorry for kicking you earlier. Let's see. Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles? What the fuck? Okay, next question. Waffles. No, chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles.
That's a Southern California thing.
All right.
In the ghetto.
Someone whose nickname looks like Celine Dion. Cake or pie?
What is this all gonna be food related?
No, the next one's so much worse.
Oh Jesus! I'm not answering. Let's get to something real.
Okay. Oh, see, here they come. Here, woo! Hop aboard the fuck yeah train. Let's see.
Fuck yeah!
Matooks. Hopefully, I got that one right. What would you do with a full-size pony plush?
Oh dear God! I would use it. No. I would seatbelt it in the passenger seat of my car so I could drive in the carpool lane. And if I get pulled over, I'll be like, "Oh, come on, you gotta laugh at that, officer. At least you gotta give me credit for trying."
All right, we got a question from ZazQ. This gets phrased a lot. Basically, since this is kind of a low-key interview, I'll ask you. Feel free not to answer if you don't want to. Sometimes people don't. But, clop or no clop opinion?
Oh God. No. That's just no. Someone commissioned me to draw an anthropomorphic rarity and like a pinup girl thing from the 40s, and I didn't like any of it when I was drawing it. Mm-hmm. The dude was paying me $80, so I was like, okay. She was clothed though. I told him, I'm like, I am not gonna draw her nude.
All right, so we got a question from Burst. Here's a good one that's like, I don't know, constructive. Any tips for aspiring artists? Because I know you definitely pretty much a majority of the artists in this fandom that are trying to, kind of get a name out there, like yourself, or amateurs didn't have any formal training. You got any, advice, pointers for them?
Don't use line paper.
Okay, that's a good one.
Thing. Make sure your scans are clean, because I see some decent art on some of the traditional pony side where it's like hand drawn like my stuff, but their scanner like makes it dark on one side. Make sure everything gets scanned properly. I don't know, keep drawing, like constantly draw, keep challenging yourself, and if people tell you to stop and you're really bad, then you should stop. But if you think you're good, just keep being persistent. Like me. Hey, you're supposed to be doing your math homework. No, I'm gonna draw this. I've been having trouble with this. I'm gonna keep finishing. I'm gonna finish this drawing right here. Yeah, just keep at it. This is pretty much what I could say. And look at, if you're gonna just draw pony stuff, you're gonna need to brighten your horizons a little, because I don't know how long this fad's gonna last. It's gonna die out, and you're gonna need to move on to something else.
You poses a good point. Gotta have your fallback,
Gotta have a fallback. And you just keep trying. Just don't copy people's art, whatever you do. Mm-hmm. Because then people get mad, like me.
It's true.
Somebody tried pretending to be me on DeviantArt.
Oh,
and I ran into that guy at Equestria LA.
Ooh. All right, you can tell us this story. We got time.
Nameless person, Sketchywolf-13 instead of Sketchywolf-13, who's pretending to be me. I ran into him at Equestria LA, and me and him got into confrontation on Skype. And you know how everyone's like, oh, I'm a badass talking on fucking Skype, talking heavy shit. And then I meet him up in real life, and I'm just like, oh, hey, what's your face? And I'm just like getting up into his face, and he's just like backing off like, oh, fuck. I'm like, where's your computer screen now, huh? Why are you walking away from me? Come back here. A bunch of that's pretty much what I love about Equestria LA, is that running into all the trolls. I'm just like, hey, I'm Sketchy Wolf. You are? And it's like, Tyler, I'm not going to say his whole screen name. And then I'm just like, come here. No, come here. Ducks away near security. I go walking back over to where I was, and then he comes up later and he starts complimenting me. And I'm like, it's great to be feared.
Well, when your reputation is associated with knives in the eye, you might want to give a guy like you some space.
Yeah, the staff was totally cool with me the entire time.
That's awesome.
Because I know most of them. I'm just like, you know what I have to say? I'm glad you guys don't have metal detectors.
So let's see. We got a couple other questions here. Listeners are finally going like, "Oh, okay, I can ask this." Harity is asking, "Hey, Sketchy Wolf, I love hot rods, but I don't know much about them. If I wanted a commission, would you recommend hot rods? Just having you choose one for me, or would you recommend any hot rod sites?"
Harity is the person's name?
Yep.
Is she a boy or a girl? Could you get that real quick? Because that really depends.
Harity, if you're tuning in, please put your gender either to me or in the main chat.
Because if
For
she was,
favor.
because if she was a girl, I would say a Nash Metropolitan, which was made in 1955 to 1960, and it was just a girl's car.
Well, Harity is a guy, so
Okay, well that actually, is he looking for something from the 50s per se? Like, what is he like?
well, he's probably tuned in so he can keep on posting this stuff. The details of kind of the time period and what style he's looking for. But this is kind of a good question for you too. What's your favorite kind of era of cars to draw?
Late 50s, because that's when they just started getting ridiculous with the way they look. And unlike cars nowadays, there's a lot of chrome, and you can completely tell which one's a Ford, which one's a Dodge, which one's a Chevy. With these new modern cars, they just all look like jelly beans on wheels, and the fins, and then all the chrome and all the work that people put into those cars. Like, you could tell that they were built to last, and they just last. I mean, in my auto shop class, we just refurbished an engine for this 61 DeSoto, and we just replaced the piston rings, put some new oil in it, and engine restore oil in there. Fired right up, put it into the engine, and then we drove it around.
Okay, so let's see. Is there anything outside of MLP and cars that gives you inspiration to draw that you see?
Cars, cartoons in general, but that's about it. Nothing else really. Oh, when I do comics, I don't really post most of them, but when I do comics, I do them for my friends in real life, and they're just based off of stupid shit we have done.
I can definitely do. I've seen one of your comics and I enjoyed it for sure. It's Pinkie Pie jumping out of the carburetor or something.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Okay, so we got a two-person question here. We coming over from ZazQ as well as Rocket to Insanity.
Hey, that's Alex.
Do you get awesome? Do you get much hate mail? And what is your favorite piece of hate mail?
Oh man, I've gotten hate mail. I've gotten people that just do drive-by things like "you suck." I'm like, ooh, wow. I got this one guy, and there's this comic that I did. I posted it on my DA because he sent me a note, and then I just deleted his name, and I put his note on my journal. I'm like, say hello to my biggest fan. But it was the comic that I did where it was me and Dusty Cat, and we're drag racing in downtown Ponyville, and this lady has her kid in a stroller, and then she starts walking into the street, and she's like, "Oh, what a beautiful day to take my my newborn colt into the street blindly." And then you see the Cadillac come in, and it looks like I'm going to hit the baby carriage, but I run over the mom instead, and then she gets like banged up, compound fracture, blood, she bit her tongue.
Bit her tongue. Oh my god. That's
and
the first part right there.
Dusty, because we got CBs in our car, Dusty's like, "Did you have to hit the lady?" I'm like, "Would you rather have me hit the baby, you sick fuck?" And then this person just sent this email like, I was very offended by your comic that you made. There is somebody that I know that was a friend of a friend that was in our town who died from street racing." And I'm like, boo-hoo.
I know a person that drove a car once.
Yeah, pretty much. I know someone that died in a car accident. Not personally, but I knew who he was. And I was just like, fuck you. And then he wrote a journal about me and how I was a terrible person. I'm like, and I was like, okay. asshole. All right. And then I posted a journal. I'm like, everybody go to him and say how much you love this guy. It's pretty much everybody was making internet threats and stuff. And then he stopped.
Okay. So let's see. Any kind of games you like? I'm assuming video games, but are you into gaming at all? And if so, what games do you like to play?
Stuff with cars.
Cars. There you go.
And I was like, "Do you play Skyrim?" No, and I don't play it. And then a lot of bronies go, "You don't play Skyrim." And then I go, "You don't play Grand Theft Auto? What kind of people are you?" I'm really looking forward. I don't play much video games, but I'm really looking forward to the new Grand Theft Auto.
You know,
That's like a lot of fun.
Out of all the games with cars, what's your favorite? Is it GTA?
Yeah, and Forza, because I could put ponies on the cars and then race online and hear all the people get enraged when I beat them.
And I gotta
cars.
ask you, I'm looking through the chat room right now, and you're not in the chat room, but both Rocket 2 and Insanity and your dad is.
My dad's in it? Oh, dear God. Oh, my grandparents are in there too, but they're probably not going to say anything. My dad is on there? Oh, no. No, he's not. Oh, God. How embarrassing. I'm not in the chat because I'm afraid if I go into the chat, it'll slow my computer down and then it'll crash.
All right, so there's your scapegoat. I guess I'll let you fly with that one.
Say hello to my dad, everybody.
Hi, Papa Wolf.
Yeah, that's him.
So let's see. Is there any one think that you regret drawing? And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of extend that to, is there any piece that you've ever made that you're just like, no, why did I do that? Like, delete button, go back.
The Luna think that I did, the car came out great. It's just the Luna came out too dark. And the Twilight one, because I hate Twilight. It was painful drawing that one.
Yeah, I have a feeling. Let's see. Other than, like, you're saying, like, if someone sends you Clop, and you're just like, fuck no, right out the bat. But if anyone else, you know, what commission would you just never do based, you know, not on, like, maturity levels or just weird stuff, but just out of principle? Is there anything that you just would refuse to draw?
Anything that has to do with religion, I don't like that. And nudity. Any kind of nudity. I don't like that at all. But yeah, there you go.
Real quick, so you're saying Papa Wolf is your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
What, you gonna put one of his questions up now?
No.
I could just tell him to come into the room next to me, and he could ask me the question.
No. I just gave him voice in the chat
Oh no!
to make him feel special.
He can't physically talk now, but it's just like he's higher up on the list.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'm like, don't let him talk.
Why not? Be hilarious.
What happened to the call? Why not?
No, he doesn't have Skype on his Mac because it's his precious little Mac. Only uses it for editing.
One of those Photoshop guys, right?
No, he's legit.
Oh,
He worked for Fox 11.
Oh, I'd call that legit. Yeah.
Yeah, and he works for SeaWorld right now, doing all their shows and stuff. And I get him for free.
So let's see. If we've got listeners, speak now or forever hold your peace. That's basically kind of my ultimatum I'm giving you right now. Because I've exhausted my questions. QCOM, if you've got anything, go ahead and ask it, bro.
I don't.
Not very interested in me at all, I think.
I'm just all like...
I know
All right,
that's
it's sounding great, QCOM.
Although this isn't a question. for anything, but I'm just going to plug something for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the very first episode of Daring Do Adventures at 7 Eastern Time tomorrow night. So don't miss that, everybody. It's going to be awesome. Okay, I'm done.
All right, we got some more questions here. Let's see. Okay, these are good. See, random questions are fine, people. I don't care.
I might.
And then the interview's over.
Oh, never mind.
I'm just fucking with you. So, Muffins is asking what kind of shenanigans are you usually up to? And I'm just gonna kind of morph that up. When you're not drawing, what on an average day are you doing out and about?
Setting things on fire. Nah. Wake up, sunrise, sunset. Looking for work. Going to school, working on my car, getting into road rage arguments.
Okay, there's a good question right there. What kind of car do you have?
A 1993 sedan DeVille Cadillac.
Very nice.
It's a couch on wheels, is what it is.
Timothy 48's asking, what's your least favorite car, Sketchy?
Anything that's not American.
All right, what's the worst any car that's not American?
My dad's Jaguar.
There you have it, folks.
Though technically, how could you tell if something's not American, considering that all the parts of a car are mostly not American made now? So that's kind of contradicting right there.
Yeah, like I said, most modern cars I don't like because they're made somewhere else. Right around the 90s, they stopped making cars. Like right around the 90s, they started not making cars in America. Mm-hmm. So I like the stuff before that. Not so much the 80s, 70s, and under. Oh, you people that drive Hondas, you suck. Worst thing that this country did, started importing cars.
Hey, just a heads up, your dad's saying your cad's a piece of shit. Don't mock the Jag, man. Don't mock the Jag.
He's just jealous because my Cadillac stomps his Jaguar on the freeway.
Who would win a quarter mile?
I would. But as soon as I went into a turn, the whole thing's just, like I said, a couch on wheels. So it'd start to lean like crazy and the ass end would kick out.
My couch doesn't handle that well.
My couch doesn't handle that well, but in a straight line, fuck, it's amazing. I topped it out at 120 the other day, and that was kind of scary because it just kept bouncing around everywhere.
So let's see. We got a question from Dibby here. What's the worst injury you've ever gotten? That's a random question, but hey, it's worth asking.
I fell out. People are gonna laugh at this. I fell out of a dumpster and then went into a coma for like 10 minutes, and then I got up. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Why does my head hurt so much? Mm-hmm. And then my dad's like, you got knocked out. I'm like, no, I didn't. And he's like, my dad's, if my mom wasn't alive, I'd probably be dead because my dad's like, should I take him to the hospital? My mom's like, yeah, he had a concussion. But I'm standing outside with my friends smoking a cigarette. Probably wasn't a good idea. Went over to the hospitals and spent the night, and then felt better after that. Yeah, that's like the worst injury I've ever had. No broken bones. I'm surprised I'm not injured more the way I drive my car and other people's cars, if they're dumb enough to let me drive it. Because I'm the kind of guy that goes, let's see what this can do.
So I'm kind of assuming you got to be into road trips, right?
To road trips? Yeah.
I know me and the guy that owns the station, DJ Shamrock the Beard. We're going to be driving out from. He's driving from Kansas. I'm coming from Colorado, but we're both going to be hitting the road, going to Vegas for Las Pegasus. Are you planning on doing the same?
Yes. Me and my friends that I like to call the 20% Cooler Crew are going to all pitch in about $300 a person. We're going to rent a big-ass shuttle van, 16-person shuttle van, and I'm going to drive up from San Diego, which is pretty much Mexico, all the way up to Vegas, and then we're just going to pick up everybody that we know along the way up And if you want to go to Vegas and don't want to you guys are coming in from the north, I'm going to assume.
No, we're coming in from the
East from
east, yeah.
Kansas and Colorado.
Well, Colorado is going to be east-ish. Well, you're going to be going south.
Yep, southwest.
So, southwest, and then you're going to be going west. We're going to have a hard time because my friends want to leave on Friday, and everybody in LA wants to go to Vegas on the weekend, so they all leave at the same exact time on the 15th, and it's just traffic the entire time. I'm like, no, let's go Thursday. We won't have to worry about traffic. I don't care if we're all going to sleep in the van.
So, Timothy 48's asking, what's your least favorite city to drive in through and why? Or
LA.
In LA?
Yeah. There's a reason why the 405 is the 405 because it takes you 4 or 5 hours to get where you need to get going. And I used to live there for 19 years of my miserable life, and every time I wanted to go into downtown, I'd have to leave early because I know it would take me 2 hours to get somewhere. And then San Diego is the best place to drive when it comes to traffic because rush hour here literally is an hour.
I don't even know what traffic is, so I think I win. Well, I do know, but I live so not traffic. Holy shit. All right, Rocket
You're gonna love Vegas.
I mean, I know. Oh God, fucking culture shock. I live in a town with less than 1,000 people, dude.
And wait until you miss me. That's a big culture shock right there too.
Well, I'll eyeball you. I'll fucking eyeball you from a mile away. I already have a feeling.
Hey, it's that greaser guy. The only one here. I'm gonna be wearing a zoot suit there. I'm gonna be fucking pimp.
So we got another question from Rocket to Insanity. What are some comic ideas that you're thinking about doing, if any?
He should fucking know. I talk to him every fucking day.
He's trying to share the love, man. He's sharing the love.
Oh, I got some ideas, but here's the thing. It's like, I need an editor because my spelling is atrocious. I care more about the art, and I'm just like, fuck it with the lettering and stuff. So it's like, I need an editor. But I got some ideas where a car comes to life and kills some people. A lot of them are violent. One I really want to do because it's simple. It's going to kind of take a while, but it's going to be based off the Trixie episode where they go, hey, let's duel. And they start doing their stupid magic, pew, pew, pew. And then you just see me like walk up next to Twilight, and then she like looks at me like, huh? And I just pull out a gun and I shoot her. Drop the gun and then walk away. And I'm like, done.
Slippery slope. Slippery slope.
So, let's see. I also got to ask, that's what you kind of got, that's what you'd really like to be doing soon with your comics. What's something that you would really like to do if you got the time to just sit down, make it, if it came out just the way you kind of envisioned it? What's a new piece that, like, Pony Fink style, what would you like to do?
Pretty much the Pony Fink thing is slowed down when it comes to well, the OC stuff, that's picked up because more people want to get their OCs finked, but pretty much if there's a good episode with like a good villain or something I could turn into a fink, I'll do it. Like the Zero one, that one was good. And then the Bad Seed, they've been having a lot of villains lately.
Oh, yeah.
Antagonists.
All the antagonists, man.
So pretty much when I get like in the show, I'll think them somehow. So I was thinking of taking those saddle Arabian ponies and making them into terrorists with in like a really shitty Toyota pickup truck with bombs everywhere.
Oh shit! I can't wait to see that one.
So I don't know how many people I'm gonna piss off, and I don't really give a fuck.
At this point, it's almost like impressive. Be like, haha, I think I beat you. I got more bitches. Like, oh, how much hate email did you get? I got like, holy crap, dude, this piece got at least 12 emails.
That's what I want to see more, is more people going, this is disgusting. Which I'm pretty sure the people at EQD, when I send them some of my stuff, they go, "Why did he even bother sending this to us? This is terrible."
All right, so let's see. I think listeners, I know I've already given you this ultimatum a couple times, but now pretty much we've just gone over a little bit of an hour here. So if you got any last questions, just throw them out in the main chat. I don't even care. Just get them out there so we can see them. But I'll go ahead and give you this opportunity. Is there any other things you kind of want to talk about, Mr. Sketchy Wolf? Any other things you feel like the people should really know about you that I totally neglected to mention?
Don't start shit with me, because if we ever meet in real life, it'll end badly for you.
Fucking IRL, don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't piss me off. I'll just say, I'm a dick, but if you're going to approach me nicely, I'll be nice. But if you start pissing me off, then I'm going to punch you.
All right. Yeah, but sounds like people are kind of going to bed and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead. This is my heads up to tell QCOM to stop eating chips and listen up for a second.
I'm here.
This has been awesome. So this has been DJKBrony, joined with DJ Squirrel, a.k.a. QCOM, interviewing freaking Sketchywolf-13. I'll post his DNR one more time in the chat for all of you happy campers. He does do commissions, so if you're interested and you like his work, shoot him a message on DeviantArt. I'm sure
You'll have to wait a bit, but I will do it.
You gotta, the best shit you gotta wait for, you know.
Exactly.
Patience pays off. But yeah, check him out if you're interested. If you want to, hit him up for commissions or not, just check out, appreciate his art, look at it, savor it, enjoy the Fink style and all of its glory. And that's pretty much it. You can go ahead and say your this is the closing words, I guess you could say.
Knife to the eye. And who else but Sketchy?
Who else but Sketchy? Amen. So, on behalf of Celestia Radio and everyone that's been here tonight, and everyone in the chat, and everyone that was tuned in, thank you for picking Celestia Radio all pony, all the time. Have a great night.